Good day. This is HJT Views on Current Affairs. The topic of today is, do we Indians really know what we want? If you see our behavior pattern and the choices that we make in our daily life, sometimes it appears that there is a conflict between the option that we select and what we say we want. I will try to basically bring these contradictions out so that one really understands what is it that we Indians are looking for in our life, for the betterment of our life. We Indians will talk a lot against corruption. We will we will say that we are a very corrupt country, that there is nobody who can control corruption, that the whole process is rotten, all procedures, all ways of handling things. You can't get anything done without the greasing of palms, etc., etc. That's a very regular complaint that you keep hearing. Yet, when it comes to getting something done for us, it is we who will step out and very clearly make our intent to pay obvious. Is that not contradictory? If we feel that corruption is bad, then why is it that when required, we are the first ones who are willing to strike a deal, look the other way, and just get our work done and move on? The second thing that is there is, we are always talking about the fact that we need to educate people with the best quality education, etc., etc. Yet, we are quite willing to look at opportunities in college education and in professional education where somebody will say, oh, you have to give some sort of quota for these people so that you can bring them up. You need to ensure that somebody is raised so that they can in future compete. Are you not therefore in some ways demeaning the value of education? If education starts with giving a certain preference and not on merits, especially I'm talking about top level education, the professional courses, the doctor courses, etc. Should we not be the IIMs, the IITs, whatever it is? Should we not at that level be supporting education that is delinked from any kind of quota? I fully agree and appreciate that we have to do everything to raise our marginalized sections of society. I am not disputing that at all. But those marginalized sections of society have to be given assistance in the initial part of their education, through being given subsidized education, through being given top quality books, through visuals, through audio visuals, etc., etc. So, as and when you pass out of the 10th standard, everybody is at the same level. After that, whatever you get into any college or any professional, it is purely on the basis of your marks. It has got nothing then to do with where, how, what you were born in. The initial part, the first 10 years, the government supports you fully into raising your level of understanding, of education, etc., so you can compete with everybody else on a level playing field. But after that, this this quota system has to come to an end. We talk about the fact that the Indians are not risk takers. Yet, there are communities in India which basically are very entrepreneurial and are great risk takers. And what we do is we run those communities down. We run down risk taking in this country. We run down the entrepreneur. We run down the industrialist. We run down the businessman. Who do we look up to? We look up to the bureaucrat. We look up to the politician. The question that I always ask is why? Why do you look up to a person who is actually just doing nothing but maybe legislating as as a politician would do, or who is interpreting the rules and running a mechanism? There is no thought of any special initiative of thinking in that. That thought comes when you are entrepreneurial, and that is not what you look out for. Most people in India are desperate for government jobs. Why is that so? Why is it that as a nation we are still a nation of job takers and not a nation of job makers? And the fact that this is a money thing, etc., I'm not ready to accept it anymore. There are enough many government programs, and it's not only this government. Earlier governments also have, in some ways or the other, given initiatives that please start your own small businesses. The fact is, as a people, we are not risk takers. We don't like to take risks. We want steady jobs. And a nation which does not take risks is a nation that cannot create jobs. And that is our greatest tragedy today. In fact, the real risk taking is happening at certain community levels and at certain very poor levels where the man to just keep himself going is doing a routine selling samosas or selling tea or selling some other stuff or doing some housework and going around everywhere. Those are the ones who are taking the initiatives to do things. Most of us are not taking the initiative to be entrepreneurial, although those opportunities are today very much available. So we Indians need to really know what is it that we want to do. Do we want a country that is creating jobs? Do we want a country that is non-corrupt? Do we not want a country that values education? If yes, then the actions that we are taking are conflicting with the words that we are saying, and we need to resolve this identity conflict at the earliest. That ends my talk of today. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra, Jai Mumbai. See you next time. Bye.